Okay, so the first two items I think of when I think of equipment right offhand are my mannequins. These I use to sell clothing. You can tell I haven't used them in a while. Honestly, clothing's the thing that takes forever to list, but I do list them. And so these are obviously dusty, and I clean them up whenever, right before I take pictures and put something on it. But these really work really well, so I will be keeping this. Both of these. I also have a padding set that goes with this, so if I ever need to take pictures of plus size clothing, I can do that as well. So I'm keeping that also. I haven't used it very often, just a couple of times, but I still use it, so it does come in handy when I do need it. Let's see here and here. I have papers for craft punches whenever I list those. So I'm keeping that. Also, a stamp cleaner. I might keep this. It depends because honestly, rubber stamps don't sell that quickly. So this I'm going to think about. And basically when I go through my stamps, if I decide to list anything and keep stamps, I will at that point in time. Also, this is something that I have to use all the time, is Downy Wrinkle Releaser. I use this for, again, clothing, because honestly, whenever I get clothing, I just keep it in the bag that I purchased the stuff in. And so obviously it gets wrinkled, and I don't like to iron, so I use the wrinkle releaser, and it does a pretty good job at getting the wrinkles out, at least to take pictures of. Oh my goodness, there's more boxes. Well, I do know all of these I'm keeping, except for these weird oblong ones here. Those I'm going to get rid of because they honestly don't ship anything. They really don't. I've tried. Alright, so there's that. I do have these canvas boxes. They are just basically holding items that are already listed. So I'm going to keep those because they do come in handy very well with holding the things that I've listed already. So that's also considered equipment, and I'm not getting rid of those either. Also, the boxes that hold some of this other stuff, I will be getting rid of some of them, but not until I list the items that are in them. So they're just holding items to list. So there you go. Alright, so that's equipment there. Another item that's considered equipment is my tape measure. I use this to measure lots of things. Coffee mugs, clothing, signs, basically anything that needs to be measured, I use this to measure with because it's flexible and it's easy and portable, so I can put it away. Another equipment item is my packaging tape holder. So this works really well. I'm always going to have it. As you can tell, I've used it quite a bit, so I'm keeping that as well. So I guess if you're ever wanting to learn eBay, these are the things you need. Other equipment would be scissors. I'm going to use this to cut tags off of things that I buy. I use it for loose threads off of clothing before I list it, things like that. Also, in here is batteries. You've got to test electronics before you list them. A lot of times I also use the batteries to have whatever it is, you know, take a little video and put it in my listing. So the batteries come in handy for that as well. Obviously, packaging tape I'm keeping as well. And this box holds all of that nice and handy, which is also what I'm going to be keeping. So there you go. And that pretty much concludes the equipment. It's not a lot. Well, I know. I take that back. Take that back. My other equipment is my label maker, or not my label maker, my label printer. So this prints, it's a thermal printer. It prints my shipping labels straight out of the printer, so that way I can put it on my packages very easily. And this is the little tablet that I use to print off my labels. So of course that works because it's got the software that runs the printer there. My other item that I use for eBay is my regular printer. This is where I print off packing slip. So I use this as well as the printer ink and the printer papers. So we did go over this as part of my office supply stuff. So obviously I'm keeping this. as well because of the fact I use it for home use and for eBay use. So obviously it's a no-brainer, we're keeping it. So okay, so that pretty much concludes the equipment portion as well. So I told you it wouldn't be very much. I told you it'd be pretty quick, and sure enough it was. So there you go. Also, I didn't mention this, but I do use this also for the canvas bags, or at least I'm going to be using it now that I have it. That's a label maker. So basically, when I'm done listing things, I put a letter and number to it. The letter and number is for the canvas box that it's in. I've just been memorizing which canvas box I did what letter and number to, but in actuality I'm going to put labels on this so that way it's all good to go and ready to go for next time. For whenever I do set it up more professionally in this room. So that is it as far as equipment goes and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be back with the next thing, which, oh Lord, is that my inventory now? Let me go look. Okay, my next category is inventory that's been listed, so thank God it's not the unlisted stuff. So I'm going to go through the stuff that I already have listed on eBay, make sure I still have the item for one thing, and then decide if it's going to be something that's going to bring me money, or is it something that I can just go ahead and let go.